And I don't think that will be zero terror attacks afterwards. I think that Al-Qaeda will continue with its inspiration to conquer the Western world. If it will be able to do so, and I hope it will not be able, because this requires really a coalition of the Western world, of the not only the Western world, of the progressive world, against all those forces that want to get us back to the Stone Age. But I do believe that after an Israeli-Palestinian agreement, it will allow the progressive countries in the Arab world to fight against those extremes.
Well, that's an interesting point of view. And of course, it makes one, again, conjure up the question and thought that the detractors, the people who are so terribly concerned about the clash of civilizations, as they call it, they are simply saying that they believe that Islamic terrorism will not stop. And they say that the terrorist organizations, giving them numerous names, Hamas, Hezbollah or Al-Qaeda, it's all a charade. It's really all one entity, really, one aspiration against Western civilization. And anybody dividing it up into different named terrorist groups are enabling them to make it vague, whereas actually, again, the detractors say it's all one and the same problem. What are your thoughts with regards to that thought?
I think it's very complicated to fight something that is huge and frightening. You have to break it down into its basic elements. There are many groups. They don't, by the way, they don't like each other. They are, many times they don't cooperate. I'm talking about the terrorist group. They don't cooperate with each other. They have different beliefs, and you have to deal with every organization separately. And you can do it. We can do it. I think if we will unite our intelligence forces and other forces, I mean, in the international community will really decide to fight against those forces, I think that it's possible to defeat them. Maybe not in the near future, but it's possible. I hate to think that some kind of group of people that are hidden in some cave in Afghanistan is going to conquer the Western civilization. I think we can do it.
General, I'd like to ask you a little bit about your personal background, if I may. Tell us about your life from the days in Kiryat Motzkin until you joined the army, and about your career and what you've been doing after the military.
Okay. I was not born in Israel. I was born in Russia. And I was born in the same town that my father was born, but he was born in Poland. And it was exactly the same town that my grandfather was born, and this was in Austro-Hungary. And today it's called Ukraine. And when I was around 3 years old, my family left Russia and we came to Israel.
It so happens my parents were born in Germany and my grandparents from Riga in Russia. But I need to ask you, if you don't mind, because our audience would like to hear about your illustrious career in Tzahal as a general.
I didn't plan to stay in the military for 27 years, but it so happens that during the second day of the Yom Kippur War, I was serving in the military and in the Air Force, and the situation was very bad during this day, the second day of the Yom Kippur War, and I just said to myself that everything will be okay. I owe it to my family in Russia and the family that was killed during the Holocaust, and if everything will be okay, I will stay in the military. Because we were not sure during the second day of the Yom Kippur War that we'll wake up the next morning and there will be a state of Israel. So as you can see, I stayed for 27 years in the military. It means that the Yom Kippur War was okay. And this was a decision based on my family's history. I felt the responsibility to continue the history of my family in the state of Israel. I felt that I owe it to them. So this is the reason for me to stay for so long in the military and to dedicate my life to the security of the state of Israel. And after I was released from the military, after 27 years, I worked with the National Security Council. I was the deputy of the National Security Advisor. And after a while, I decided that I'm going to be active in the peace movement. And the reason for it was because I believed that there is no military solution for this conflict. And the only way to assure the security of the State of Israel is a peace agreement with our neighbor. That's why I'm active in those organizations. And I don't forget for one moment that Israel should be vital and will stay forever. And the only way to assure it is by peace agreement and not by wars.
And so much more can be achieved for everyone in the region through peace. Tell our audience your views on Israel's amazing achievements in 60-odd years.
I'm very proud about the achievements of Israel. I think, in a way, that this is some kind of a miracle, because we are old in terms of human life. I mean, 62 years old, but in terms of a country, we are just babies, and our achievements are enormous. And this is because of the fact that we have an amazing population in Israel. We are a country of immigrants. We have people that are great achievers. And we do believe that we have to work hard to get results. And we have the state of art of technology in Israel. We have the most impressive medical system. We have these startups that everyone, including in the United States, would like very much to buy. And I even didn't start talking about our agriculture and filmmaking and other things. I think that it would be even more successful if we would have a peace agreement. So we can concentrate upon the things that really makes life more appreciated.
General, it's been a real privilege and an honor to have you on the Shalom Show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us. We need to do this again sometime when I'm in Israel.
It will be a pleasure.
Thank you. This concludes our special show for today with General Israela Oron. I'm Richard Peritz. Thank you for being with us.